Hi, welcome to Basic Batches. I'm not the chef. Hold on. Has he gone? I think he's gone. Hi, welcome to Basic Batches. I'm, as usual, Nick Coughlin. Today you may, well, the more eagle-eyed viewers of you may have noticed something different as opposed to the previous episodes. My hair's longer. Today we're going to be doing a lasagna video. It's not necessarily going to be a true Basic Batches recipe because the size of your oven, the size of your oven dish, the size of your stomach is definitely going to dictate this one a little bit more. But overall, I'm going to show you the 3 core components that you'll need for a lasagna. So fortunately you've already got one of the, or should I say the most important component to the lasagna. That is the bolognese that we made all the way back in episode 1 of season 1. I've got a little link to that probably up in that corner there. Where that little eye thing is, yeah, that's where the bolognese recipe is going to be. So you've already got that. We're going to be doing a bechamel sauce, which I will show you in a subsequent video. But in today's episode, we're just going to be combining it all and cooking it up so that you can portion it out and keep it for yourself in the fridge or freezer. As a note, you will be required to use some special kit. That is a baking dish and an oven. If you've not got a baking dish or an oven, I'm afraid this recipe is probably not going to suit you very well. It can't be converted and done on a cooktop because you need that heat all around it to produce the texture that we're after. If you've not got the baking dish, that's pretty easy. You can go and buy one. For me, I'm going to be using this highly reflective surface. This is a tray that I picked up from a brand which is not sponsoring me currently, but you can probably tell where it's from because everywhere has one of these. It is just about the size of the oven that I'll be dealing with today. Cool. So, the way to put our lasagna together is fairly simple. First we start with the sheets of lasagna, which I have here. You can either go with non-instant lasagna and spend more than half an hour faffing around with boiling hot water, plunging your hands in, scalding yourself, breaking sheets of lasagna like I've done, or you can just go out and buy the instant stuff. This isn't Mr. Chief, this isn't a cooking competition, you just want to be able to produce the food really, really quickly and really easily. So, lasagna sheets, lay them down first so that they take up more or less the whole amount of the tray. Next thing we're going to do is add the bechamel sauce. Here's the stuff I prepared very much earlier. Pour a little bit on. I would recommend for a tray of this size that you're doing around about 3 tablespoons worth. You'll only want a really thin layer of the bechamel sauce because you're going to be doing so many layers of it. You kind of don't want it getting in the way and taking over the flavour. So spread out a really, really thin layer of it. And then top that with a layer of bolognese sauce. Do a as much or as little as you want, but bear in mind if you're doing a many layered lasagna, you will want the layers to be very thin. You don't have to make sure that it is covering the entire lasagna sheet, because as it cooks it will start to spread out and the sauce will start to ooze everywhere, so you will get an even distribution. And then you just repeat from there. Lasagna sheet, bechamel and bolognese. Of course you'll be limited to a minimum size depending on how large you've done your chunks in the bolognese. Now we're going to add the cheese to the top. I've got a mixture of mozzarella, colby and cheddar. The mozzarella adds the stringiness and the gooiness to the dish. The colby enhances the flavour of the cheddar, and the cheddar is really there to make up numbers and fill up the plate. So, sprinkle it quite generously on top. If you're not huge on the dairy thing, then you don't have to add as much, or if you're not a dairy thing at all, you can go with dairy-free cheese. But I love dairy, and everybody I'm feeding today loves dairy, so we're going to be quite generous with it. As with the rest of the ingredients, don't worry so much about getting an even distribution throughout. As it cooks, it will start to spread and coat the entire top and some of the sides of the dish. Take your non-brand sponsored tray, give it a little shake, make sure everything's mixed through well, and place it in your oven. This recipe can be portioned out. It really depends on how much you're willing to eat. I'm going to say around about 350 grams per person is going to be suitable. You can absolutely do more or less depending on how much you want to eat at any given time. It can either be frozen whole or in meal-sized portions, and will last in the freezer for a couple of months at most, but good luck not getting through it in that period of time. So that's the recipe, guys. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I've been Nick Coughlin. If you want to make a comment on the video, please do. We've got a comments box down at the bottom. Please subscribe. I've only got 7 subscribers at the moment, and I need more subscribers. It's like a drug for me. Please also like or dislike the video depending on how you feel. Also join up on my Facebook page, facebook.com/basicbatches, and my Patreon page as well, which is patreon.com/basicbatches.